We just do that for a whole hour.
I mean, we could.
Well, I mean, we've got nothing else in our noggins. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to CrossFit with Carol.
Yep.
I'm Ellen. That's Jared. We're here to make things clear, hopefully. And today we've not planned absolutely anything at all.
Yep, this is like a loose episode. Like, we tweeted out for suggestions, and that's about it. And we're just gonna like wing it and go for it. Okay, so my first response was from Karen. She said Posh Spice, comma, how much Reese's is too much Reese's? I don't know what Posh Spice is for. Is she calling me Posh Spice?
Dearest Posh Spice, Reese's, how much?
How much is too much? Like, basically more than like 2. Here's one for you. It is I Want Ellen to cover the Cranberries from Nat.
Yeah, why not?
Let's hear that vocal fortitude, dude.
There we go.
So it was more of like a deconstructed, abstract version of it.
Okay, if you want me to go the more vanilla, traditional route, yeah, sure thing, I'll go do that for you, Simon Cowell. No. Wait, let me get this right. I need to get it just perfect.
Also, don't forget that she's not alive, so
Squid.
you're making fun of a dead person.
I'm so sorry. I know that we're really popular on the Cranberries fan Facebook site. They're just gonna have
I've
to
watched their
that.
Tiny Desk concert before, so.
Wait, third time's a charm. Yeah, you know I'm such a fool for you.
Honestly, though, you're doing fine.
You got me wrapped around your fingers. Do you have to let it linger?
Okay. Then after that, Tanner said, "How do you properly make an Arnold Palmer?"
What's an Arnold Palmer?
I only vaguely know what it is, but I think it's a drink for like heightened, like you're like white, but you're even like more white than most people, and that's what I think it's some kind of drink.
Arnold Palmer is an American professional golfer.
Yeah, I think it's named after him.
Why? Because he had that disease?
What?
Because you said it's a drink that you drink when you're like really white and you are too white.
Because what does that have to do with the disease?
Because I thought you were saying because you get too white and that's like the result of like a disease. I thought you meant
I mean like
the drink is like the medicine to the disease. And so I was like,
God.
oh, did he have the disease and that's why it's named after that?
So, according to Google, it says the Arnold Palmer drink is a non-alcoholic combination of iced tea and lemonade.
To be honest, it sounds like the kind of thing that Tanner would drink.
I mean, maybe, yeah. I'm sure I've drank one before.
Oh, it looks very brunch.
Yeah, it's so aesthetic, like...
Well, I don't think it is. I think it looks like urine.
Yeah, that's my aesthetic. So, my next reply is Logan Paul's Suicide Forest vlog. From Caleb. I never saw it, did you?
I love how that is just worded.
What?
It's like they're just yelling at you. Logan Paul's suicide vlog.
I never saw it, but I did read this conspiracy on one of Shane's videos. And somebody said, this was like before the finale of the Jake Paul thing dropped. Somebody said that Shane was going to reveal in the last episode that the Suicide Forest vlog was all fake.
It wasn't though, was it?
I don't know. What if it fucking was? What if he thought like it was going to be like not received, like he was a fucking crazy person?
Well, no, I feel like he would have
it.
told everyone that it was fake after all of the negative backlash. Surely he would have.
But would he or would that make him look
his
worse?
Own face. To be like, actually, guys, I was fucking breaking you.
What if he knew that? What if he was like, if I can't tell him because it's gonna make me.
For that.
I mean, I don't know. He's a millionaire. We're not.
And that's our take on that. Yeah, no, I never saw it.
I didn't see it at all. Like, I didn't see any version of it.
I really didn't like the fact that he was wearing the alien from Toy Story on his head. Because it just took away from any serious, like, headline. It would have a screen grab of that video, but it will have his and stupid little hat. And it's like a really serious thing we need to talk about.
Okay, Daniel said, will you come to Kansas City, Missouri? I've been in Missouri before. Does that count?
I find it hilarious that Missouri is Missouri. Misery. I just think that's so funny.
You should open with that one. I slept in a Walmart parking lot in Missouri.
Oh, nice.
I was on tour and I was in a van and the brakes were shot, so we couldn't go anywhere. So we just slept in tents in this parking lot that was a Walmart, a Dollar General, and an off-brand Pizza Hut called Pizza Inn. And the guy was super nice. He's like, hey, we have to... Well, we were like, hey, we gotta sleep in your parking lot. And he's like, oh, that's cool. I'll let the sheriff know your situation and he'll leave you alone. So we literally put tents up and we have like inflatable like mattresses or whatever. And we have 2 tents. There were 6 of us. We were all like going to sleep. And this is like small town, like Midwest, like straight out of a movie shit or whatever. So we're all going to sleep. And the Walmart closes, like all the businesses close, and this parking lot apparently is where all the town's youth hang out.
The jets are gonna like come out clicking.
So we're like in these like tents, like kind of like way off to the side or whatever, and there's like these kids like making like circles with their cars. They're like drag racing in the fucking parking lot. There was gunshots. Yeah, like it was insane. Like they were fucking partying in this parking lot, and we're just like, we want to die because we have no money and our van's broken.
And that's why we're not going to come to Kansas City, Daniel. The first one I have is from Daniel saying, what is your favorite girl group?
Oh, I absolutely have an answer. It's T.A.T.u.
Yeah. Were they lesbians? Were they sisters?
Supposedly they were lesbians or whatever, but the thing is that they're not.
Are they not
but
sisters?
Like, well, I hope not, because half of their imagery was them fucking like kissing and stuff.
Well, that's what I thought was weird, and I just, to be honest, I think I got them mixed up with the Veronicas.
Just some weird lesbian incest.
Don't know. I grew up thinking America was the weirdest place on earth because all of these American like music videos, and we were so tame over in England, and I just like grew up thinking that all Americans were psychos. So, like, with that kind of shit happening, I thought they were just sisters and they were making out. I was like, oh, it's just another weird American thing.
They're Russian.
Are they?
Yeah, they're Russian. So, they're not really lesbians, but they pretended to be lesbians. But it was so, like, long ago, you have to make the decision of whether or not it was the most primitive form of queer baiting or was it activism. And that's why I like them. Wow,
I didn't realize they were Russian.
Yeah,
I'll tell
that's
you what,
also a big deal.
Looking at those sales, they were Russian to the bank.
Fuck.
My favourite is a band called Girls Aloud. They are in the UK, and I like them because their name works on 2 levels. It works because girls are loud. They're loud beings. But then it also works because, like, girls are loud in this club. You know, get out,
yeah.
Boys, stay away. Girls are loud. So you love that. I really like them because they had a really successful career doing generic pop music, but they all just went off and did their own things. And how drastic they've all gone is phenomenal. So
I am unfamiliar completely.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll talk you through all of them. Cheryl Cole is the most famous one. She tries to make out that she's like the nation's sweetheart and that she can do no wrong. When this video of her beating the shit out of a toilet attendant happened to be a person of colour leaked, her career went down the footer. So there's Nicola Roberts, who started a makeup brand, and I quote, for white people who are just too white. Then you have Sarah Harding, who literally just went on to have a career playing polo.
What?
And then she broke her leg on her first competition.
Holy
And she's
shit.
been out of service. And then Kimberly Walsh, who ended up playing Fiona from Shrek on Broadway. And then my favourite is one called Nadine Coyle, and her accent is the thickest Irish accent in the world. And during the height of their fame, they had this TV show called Girls Aloud on Tour, and it showed them going around everywhere. And they go to China, and she bursts into this massive temple with her thick Irish accent, and just goes, well, you can't say your Hail Marys in here.
God. They're all terrible.
Yeah, they're my favourite girl band. And then the other part of Daniel's question is, what's your favourite porn site?
Does anybody actually have one?
Well, I don't
Does
know.
Tumblr count?
Well, I think it's my Pinterest board that I've recently started making called food porn. Walker said, Walker... I just don't know what to read now. Oh,
so I got that this one is from Walker.
Create your budget. No, oh, for fuck's sake. Create your no budget / no limits Denny's order.
Ooh.
So what's the no budget, no limits? Because obviously I've been to Denny's and I love it. It's my absolute favorite place to go.
He means like you're not concerned about the price like at all. Like you could order like anything from Denny's.
Oh right, okay. I thought that was like a service that they did like once an hour.
The no budget menu.
No, I don't know. Denny's, for those of you who don't know, is this like southern comfort food diner restaurant that seems to just be fucking everywhere, especially in California, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, we have them here. We have them everywhere.
I've experienced Denny's early in the morning, late in the afternoon, 4 in the morning.
Open 24 hours.
Open 24 hours. I've been all of those hours. So the first time that we went to Denny's was like the first time we met, and part of our motel, the service was you got breakfast for free if you went to Denny's at a very certain hour. And so we used to go every single morning, and I fell in love with it there because I realised that you don't get judged for ordering burger and chips, or as you like to call them, fries, at 9 a.m. in the morning, which was a massive novelty for me. And then I started exploring a little bit more, and I started looking at some of the lighter options that they have to provide, and it is just so pleasant.
There was this, I don't know if they still have it on the menu, but there was this sandwich I guess that they had. I could be wrong, but I remember reading an article that it was probably like one of the worst things for you that you could order.
Really?
And it was essentially like a grilled cheese, but in the grilled cheese there was mozzarella sticks.
Nice.
And they ended up taking it off the menu, I think. Let me research.
Oh, damn it. I'd be into that. Yeah, so, I mean, the second... I remember at one time just having like a real emotional experience in Denny's. I had just eaten something that I thought was really light, and I remember just like sitting there and just thinking, I was quite tired, I think I was quite jet lagged, and I was just sitting there and I was just thinking, I always judge Denny's for being cheap and cheerful, but that was one of the best meals I've had in so long. And I remember just staring out the window thinking that.
So it's called the fried cheese melt, what I was talking about. It's a sandwich with 4 fried mozzarella sticks and melted American cheese grilled between 2 slices of sourdough bread.
Wow.
It's $4. You ready for this? It's 895 calories.
Well, I think we would get lots of them.
Yeah, lots of those. I would get, it just depends on my mood, because I might want to get like a slam, you know what I mean?
Yeah, slam your body down and zigga zigga. Topical, Spice Girls. Yeah, I would get lots of free refills as well.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that anywhere.
No,
and also, it was no budget anyway, so...
Yeah, I know, but we don't have that here. You don't realise.
How much would you pay for like a soda there, like for one?
What do you mean? What's it? In what container?
Out of the machine.
Oh god, like probably like £1.49 for a large.
Okay, so I don't know internationally, but they only like the cost here is literally like 10 cents to the business. So
Oh, what? Because
in
it's
other
literally
words,
just syrup.
yeah. So in other words, you're like buying one soda with like a 3,000% markup.
We've just had the sugar tax, which an absolute arsehole of a chef called Jamie Oliver, who I used to work for, funnily enough, not personally in his restaurant. Anyway, he
Personal chef.
he basically wanted to be like a really health conscious TV chef back in the early 2000s, and he made a documentary where he tried to go to America and everyone hated him and he cried and everyone just took the shit out of him. I remember at the time he was like a massive meme before memes were like a thing online, and basically he has come back recently just to be awful once again, and he's implemented a sugar tax on all Coca-Cola products.
Jesus.
So he's managed to get this signed off. I don't know, because we do tend to go with Coke here rather than Pepsi. So Richard said, "Cats, why are they so awesome?"
Mine's sitting right next to me right now.
I don't know. When you find out why the cats are so awesome, you let me know. So because this podcast is a little less organised than usual, which is hard to do, right? I know, we managed it. So basically we thought we would do not one vine at the end of the podcast, but two. But one of the vines is going to be our least favourite vine, and one of ours is going to be just a vine that we like and appreciate and we want to talk about.
Do you want
to do your least favourite one first? Get the hate out of the way.
Yeah, do you know what it is though? Because I'm afraid we're gonna have the same one.
I think we do have the same one.
Is it the Kermit
Should
one?
we do it 3, 2, 1? Well, no! Oh!
That was what you were gonna say?
Yeah!
What song is that? Because that would help probably give context to the vine that we're talking about.
This is one of it. It's not one that I've ever heard of. Right, so everyone knows this vine.
Oh, well, it's an Usher song, Shorty I Don't Mind.
There's some people hanging out in a car and they're playing an Usher song that goes, "Shorty I don't mind." And then there's a Kermit puppet that just pops out and mouths, and it's all very hilarious.
And sings it. And it's in like every Vine compilation everywhere, and I don't understand why.
I don't understand why people find it funny.
I don't get why it's funny.
Even the first time I saw it.
Same.
And then I started like dissecting it and thinking that there was a deeper meaning. No.
Well, yeah, because I started thinking like maybe it's like the guy's laugh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or something, but
Yeah.
even that's not that funny either. Like nothing's funny about it. There's like a second one, just so you know, and it's also not good.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen it like once.
What, it's just another Vine?
I think it must be from like a larger video.
Oh, and they just made the...
Like imagine the effort of cutting that out because you actually thought that was funny, but then it actually went viral because everyone is fucking stupid for some reason.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm passionate about hating this Vine.
No, because I really do hate it, and I do want to get to the bottom of why people find it funny. Another one that I've just never thought was funny. Boo! Ah! I could have dropped my croissant. What's funny about that?
That's like a Vine for people who put Vine references in their Tinder bio. Like somebody just gets scared. Like you can like see that anywhere. You can do it yourself. Give someone a croissant and scare them.
What I think people like about it though is the way he says croissant.
Oh.
And another one that
Keep going, dude.
Into this from now on. Another one I don't enjoy that I see far too often. The fucking playing mini golf at night. And then he gets a hole in one and he just runs and jumps in the lake.
Do we actually see the ball go in? I thought he just hit it and just fucking jumped in.
Maybe not. I've always just blurred it out because I always just thought it was so fucking awful.
Initially, I liked that one.
Did you really?
Mostly yeah, until I saw it 1,700 times because it's like, question is why? That's why I like it. He jumps in. By the way, he probably really hurt his head because it was fucking mini golf, and his arms are perfectly at his side when he's going headfirst into the fucking thing. In that aspect I liked about it. Also that it was silent for some fucking reason.
I feel like it's just trying to be random for the sake of being random, and it just feels a bit like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I can see that for sure. So one I definitely don't like is Iridociclitis. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Don't
like that one. Don't like it when it's added into other things as well. Specifically trap music instrumentals.
Yeah, it's dumb. Like, it's just a spelling bee and he's spelling a word. Like, are we laughing at like a word?
Okay, should we do the ones we like? One that do you know what? I'm just going to do an honourable mention. This is not my one of the week because this is like probably one of the most famous vines there is, and it's just a given.
Okay.
But I still am yet to get bored of "Hi, my name is Jay. I have a basketball game tomorrow."
That is a really good vine.
I'm still yet to get bored of it.
I'm a point guard. I got shoe game.
My favourite thing about it is there's a half a second at the beginning of it where he just films something.
Oh yeah, you're
like,
right.
There's just a half a second where there's like nothing and then it goes into it.
Yeah, it's almost like it was like primitive Vine where you had to have your finger on it, and it's like he briefly had the front facing camera on and it just flips to him like suddenly,
and then he cuts himself off. So I was thinking earlier on about this, and I was thinking, look, I want to do one that I didn't really take too much notice at first, but now I really think about it, it is a funny one, and actually the creator of it I want to see more of. I don't know what her name is, and it's someone knocking on a bathroom door and she says, "Cassidy, are you busy?" And then she just reveals to a ICP fucking juggalo full-on makeup face. And she goes, "Actually, I am busy."
Any Juggalo reference is a good thing. Like it
Yes.
makes it anything for me.
And like you get this insane story arc because it makes it sound like she's always just the one that says, "No, I'm not busy, no, I'm not busy." But no, she found her true passion in life, which was doing this makeup. She is busy.
My Vine of this week is actually, once again, I can't describe it. So it's a Vine by Connor O'Malley, which I'm a huge fan of, and I've followed him into like other mediums, but I've found out about him from Vine, so that's why he's gonna be my Vine of the week. Basically, it's one shot, no edits. There's like three guys. They look like they're bouncers or like they're on break at the club they work at. And they're standing in a stairwell and he just walks up and screams for the entire duration of the Vine. And they just like, they're not scared because he's like kind of far away. So it's fucking weird that you just kind of see them just turn and look at him, but not like fast. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like a slow turn, like is this guy just screaming at us from the middle of the street? Also, you sort of get this sense that he's like vaguely sexually attracted to like heavy machinery. So
yeah,
I'm a
that's
huge
what
fan.
I look for. That was our episode of the podcast where we didn't know what to say.
So yeah, if you made it to episode 4, thanks.
Yeah.
Because we barely did.
See you later, chickadees.
Bye. Tight.